All right, welcome everyone to week number 3, rivalry game Montana and Yukon. Yeah, it's a great rivalry we have here tonight. I'm gonna be honest, I thought Montana was home. Um, all right, we're getting some uniforms situated here. Um, okay, we will get to interviews here in a second. I'm making sure they're wearing certain uniforms tonight. We made especially for this week. Um, this is not Gage, you idiot. All right, I think we are good. We are going to head to. Um, we're gonna head to team number 1, which is Yukon tonight for our interviews.
Okay.
Coach Bars and
How's-
Yukon 2-0, number 2. How are you feeling tonight?
Dude, it's weird for it to be light outside when I'm playing this game. I'm not gonna lie, I completely forgot that I had to look at my camera for this. No, we're feeling good. It's rivalry week, so obviously a bit on edge. Um, it's just gonna be fun, man. I said this last year when I lost in the playoffs, but we're gonna have a good time. We really are. At the end of the day, we're gonna come out here and we're gonna try new stuff. Yes, what we've been doing has been working. However, we're getting a little too complacent. We're getting a little too obvious. Gage and Coastal should have done a much better job last week. Every time we threw the ball, they only rushed one because they knew it was coming. So we're coming out. We have a bunch of new stuff prepared for today. We're going to show off our new Nismo patch, and we're going to get going.
All right, and Zach, we have seen your offense, be lights out for 2 straight games. What have you done this week to make sure that doesn't change?
If it ain't broke, don't fix it. But we're gonna show them some new stuff tonight. But we're just gonna come out and keep doing what we do, and I gotta keep showing people that this is not a fluke. Um, we are good because
We're supposed to be.
we're supposed to be. Yeah. um, no, it's if we just have to keep shutting people up every week, that's what we're gonna do. So.
All right, and Raider, defensively, Yukon has been unstoppable, and offense really have not been able to do anything. What have you seen out of Montana that is different from Coastal and NDSU?
Well, in my studying their previous games, they run the ball a lot, and I don't think we've seen a team that runs as much as they do, or runs as many read options and kind of jet sweeps type of thing. So I've been working on some ways to scheme against that because I don't think we've seen too much of that this year.
All right, and Pars, can you back out and make sure you have your uniforms on after Blake?
I have it.
Let me just make sure. See,
Oh, what the hell?
it resets whenever Blake did his.
Okay, thank you. We'll do it
Yep,
right now.
yep,
Go
yep,
tell
yep.
Blake to do his.
All right, yeah, I'll tell Blake to check, but I'll see you guys at halftime. Good luck.
See,
Thank you.
this is annoying.
I say we.
Coach Blake, how are we feeling on rivalry week?
Well, to be honest, I'm sitting here eating my pasta. Got here a little late. Not really that prepared, but I'll tell you what, my coordinators are prepared. So Always good to play the other team. Just hoping to get ahead 2-1 in this series.
All right, and then once Pars is done, please make sure that yours is set. You redoing yours messed up his, so I just want to make sure they're both set correctly. Anyway,
Okay.
I'll go to Jet. Jet, offensively last week, didn't really get going in the second half or the first half. What did you do in this week of preparation to fix that?
Well, first things first, we got to get the ball to be able to do things on offense. We only had the ball one shot in the second half, so being able to control the clock a little bit better, keep the ball on our side. We kind of talked a lot throughout the week. We know what we're going to do. We know the game plan that we're coming out with, and it's always fun to play little brother. So.
And Coach Ronnie, last week, the defense single-handedly brought them back into the game. What did you do last week that you're going to keep going in the future this week on defense-wise?
Pressure. We're going to bring a lot of pressure this game. Been watching a lot of game film, and we're ready.
All right.
Ready.
Well, with that, I'm going to head back to the booth. I'll see you all at halftime. Good luck tonight.
Thank you. I'll pull up screen real quick.
All right. Well, with that, I don't know why this is here. We'll take that away. UConn and Blake are about to kick off. There it is, Coach Blake on the loading screen. Number 2 versus number 7 in the nation. Connecticut's 2-0. Montana 0-2. Will Montana shock the RFCL world with an upset win over a team that's really, soared up the polls? Number 2, kind of solidified themselves as the top of the league. As you will notice, both teams have special patches on tonight for Coach Nismo. In the upper it'd be their upper left chest, both have UCA patches for, the situation that Nismo is dealing with. We as the RFL are, behind Nismo through this tough time with him. So, yeah, just, keep that in mind. But we are underway from Montana as Connecticut will receive the ball and bring it up to the 27-yard line, where it's 1st and 10 for Weasley and the UConn offense. Last time we saw these two teams was the playoffs. Round 1 where Southern Miss, now Montana, knocked off number 3, then South Alabama, and now Connecticut. Connecticut trying to not have the same fate as that. 1st and 10 for UConn near the 25-yard line. And we're already lagging. That's good to know. Weasley in stack formation for the Connecticut offense. Giving audibles to the right side. Now is ready. UConn debuting a new helmet as well. A throwback helmet. It's going to be a handoff to the running back up the middle. And Bryce Robinson starts with an 11-yard rush. First and 10 for UConn near the 40-yard line already. And UConn still in the same formation, double snack. It's a new formation they discovered, and they really want to stick with it. 1st and 10 for UConn. Robinson still in the backfield. It's going to be Weasley back to pass on the 1st and 10. Fires right side. Has to be by the defense. It's caught. Alex Blake with a 25-yard diving reception. 1st and 10 UConn. George Weasley coming out firing already. And 25 yards on the field. Had a man running free. A better pass might have been a touchdown for UConn, but nonetheless, it is 1st and 10. For UConn. Already near Montana's 35-yard line. Different formation for UConn. It's going to be a keeper by Weasley. Weasley on a read option. Gets tackled for a 6-yard rush. 2nd and 4 for UConn. And I forgot to say that replay, so that's fun. Oh well. 2nd and 4 for UConn. Near the 30-yard line. Lepke, whatever. Mason, I'm going to be honest. I think there's a lot of teams that have put double stack on their playbook. So, just keep that in mind. Near the 30, second and 4, 6 minutes to go in the first quarter. 2 receivers to the left side for UConn. No receivers on the right side. It's a QB power for Weasley. Weasley tries to get outside, does not, and it only gets back to the line of scrimmage. 3rd and 4 now, and UConn at the 29, needing 4 yards to get the first down. Might be 4 down territory for the Huskies. We shall see. 2 receivers right side. Montana not in position now. They're ready at the line of scrimmage. Weasley's back to pass. Has a man. Fires, and it's incomplete. Nowhere close. Montana gets an early defensive stop. Let's see what UConn does here. Will they go for it? No, they will not. They're going to take their points, make it 3-0, and Montana gets an early defensive stop. Kick is up. Kick is good, and it's 3-0 UConn. As Montana will get their ball first here, or for the first time tonight. We'll see what quarterback they go with. Last week they used a 2 QB set. Chalupa in the first half, Kepler in the second half. See what they decided here. And it is CBM as the chat is chanting. The crowd is chanting. They wanted that quarterback. After, getting benched in the second half of last week, I think Montana has decided not to do that anymore. 1st and 10 for Montana. And this would be a big win for them. Already 0-2 on the season. Not a division game, but definitely a game they can get their, confidence back up, get the momentum they need for the season. Montana's put into play clock already down. It's going to be a handoff to, I think that's Chris Kidd with 7 yards, 2nd and 3. Oh, that's right. He did not start like it. CBM came in the second half. That's right. Forgot about that. 2nd and 3 for Montana. And Montana's coming out, they're a pretty run-heavy team. So I wouldn't expect it to change. I know Coach Blake said that he might take some more, responsibility in calling the plays. Another handoff to Kidd, and Kidd, gets blown up in the backfield for a 3-yard loss, and already a 3rd and 6 for Montana. What can they do here? 3rd and 6 for the Grizzlies, and I think they're going to have to go through the air. And they're looking 5. Let's see, 3rd and 6, bunch or tight slots for. No, just kidding, not tight slots. Spread flex is the call for Montana on a 3rd and 6, needing to get some yards. Maybe think about going for it on 4th down, but I think it might be too close to your own end zone to even consider that at this point. 2 receivers each side for the Grizzlies. UConn playing off on 3rd and 6 to be a handoff. Chris Kidd breaks a tackle, but can't fight his way for any more, and it's 4th and 4 for Connecticut. Not Connecticut. Montana. And Montana's got the punt it away. UConn has a chance to already go up 2 scores. And I think Blake is, trying to limit some possessions here. Already down 3. Maybe don't want to be blown out here. And try to keep yourself in the game. Kick is away for Montana. UConn will have a chance to get some nice return yards here. Get some blockers, gets outside only to the 45-yard line. Xavier Miller with a 14-yard return, and UConn gets the ball back up 3, looking to make this a 2-score lead. Now, next new rivalry is Miami, UCO. Mark it down. Next big rivalry right there. 1st and 10 for UConn near the 46-yard line. Weasley back to pass. Fires quickly. Has a man by the defense. No, it's almost intercepted. But it's almost incomplete. Would have been a huge turn for Montana. But UConn gets away with 1. We're looking at the replay here. The almost interception thrown by Weasley. Not really sure who. Maybe we started throwing that to Robinson. I'm not really sure. There were 2 receivers in the area. And now it's 2nd and 10 for UConn near the 46. Bun set to both sides for UConn. Montana spreads their line of scrimmage on the defensive side. Linebackers are pinched in the middle. Weezy back to pass again on 2nd 10. Fires quickly. It's incomplete. Threw it out of the reach of UConn, or his receiver. And now it's a 3rd and long for UConn. And Weasley is not warm. NBA play action pass. Weezy looking, rolling out, fires in the middle. It's caught. It is a 1st down for UConn. They are able to pick it up on 3rd and 10. Weasley fires and has a man over the middle, and UConn extends the drive past midfield. Ball at the 44-yard line. Melodano with that 3rd-yard reception. Weezy 2 for 5, 35 yards. 1st and 10, man in motion across the line of scrimmage. Now 2 receivers to each side for UConn. Handoff to Bryce Robinson. Robinson going to find his way. He breaks a couple tackles. Gets a 1st down, 11 yards on the carry. 1st and 10 near the 34-yard line for the Huskies. Another handoff to Robinson. Robinson fights his way. Only gets around 4 yards here, for maybe 5. 2nd and 5 now for UConn with 2.5 minutes to go in the 1st quarter. And UConn staying in the hurry up near the 28-yard line. 2nd and 5 for the Huskies. It's going to be another handoff. Robinson at the middle. Robinson's got green grass. He fights his way for 11 more yards. 1st and 10 for UConn. Montana's really good at the run game here. First and 10, UConn. Inside the red zone. At the 18-yard line. 3 receivers left side for UConn. We're approaching 2 minutes to go in the 1st. Can Montana contain this running game? Weezy's back to pass action at 1st and 10. Looking, fires, left side, end zone, touchdown. UConn, Alex Lupke with a 18-yard reception, and UConn goes up 10-0. Kick is up. Kick is good. We'll take a look at this touchdown reception by Lupke here. So Weezy finds him in the back left corner of the end zone. And it's 10-0. Connecticut's here with 2 minutes to go in the 1st. Montana desperately needs some points here. Returns it from about 3 yards deep in the end zone. Looking for some blockers. Gets some blockers. Gets here around the 30-yard line. Kellen Locklear with a nice 32-yard return. Montana down 10. 1st and 10 for the Grizzlies. I don't know. It's something I like to do. Pars did say there is no letting up this game. He will make a statement to the RFCL world in a rivalry game that UConn's offense is nothing to fear. Or is something to fear, excuse me. 1st and 10 handoff. Keeper by Chalupa Batman. He almost breaks free. Only gets 4 yards, though. Gets through that line. He's gone. But it's 2nd and 6 for Montana. Second and 6 for the Grizzlies near the 34-yard line. Yeah, Gage, I thought it was at 7. Maybe it was at 8, but Monarch's not here. It's fine now. I can do it by myself for a while until he's able to get here. It's going to be a counter by Chris Kidd. He breaks through the first line, gets you the second, gets enough for a 10-yard gain and a 1st down for Montana. Yeah, if it was supposed to be at 8, I didn't look at it, and I thought it was supposed to be at 7, so that's on me, guys. But both coaching staff was ready, so we said, fuck it, we ball. Anyway, 1st and 10 for Montana to the 42-yard line. It's going to be another count or a handoff to Chris Kidd. Chris Kidd's up the middle, gets another 11 yards. 1st and 10 Montana, past midfield. Montana's starting to figure out the run game here. As man comes across the line of scrimmage, 2 receivers each side for the Grizzlies. UConn trying to stop this Montana run attack. CBM back to pass, fires on the screen pass to his receiver. It's Chris Kidd once again. Chris Kidd not going to get very much, only 2 yards, but it's a way to warm up the quarterback. 2nd and 8 for Montana. Someone clip what? Second and 8 from the 45-yard line. Play clock at 5 seconds. Montana's got to get this play off. And they're not going to. Oh, they will. CBM back to pass, 2nd and 8 looking. Fires the middle, caught, check down route. 1st down for 13 yards. And Montana near UConn's red zone. A nice second drive to 3 and out in the 1st. First and 10 for Montana. They might not get a playoff here before the end of the quarter. I don't think they will. It's going to be 10-0 UConn, but Montana driving near the 20 or near the 30-yard line, I believe. But 1st and 10 for the Grizzlies. At the 32-yard line, 1st and 10 for Montana. 3 receivers right side, 1 to the left for the Grizzlies. UConn looking to get off the field here and not let Montana cut this lead back to a single score. Spreading line of scrimmage, 17 in motion. It's going to be a triple option, and CBM gets hit in the backfield. A great read by the Connecticut defense, and it's 2nd and 14 for Montana. Second and 14 from the 35-yard line. Or just past at the 36, actually. 2nd and 14 for the Grizzlies. Near field goal range. Worst case, you've got to get some points on the board here. 2nd and 14. Play clock winding down. You're going to have 5 seconds on the clock before they snap it. It's going to be a play extra pass. CBM back to pass. Pressure coming. Hit. And it's thrown away at the last seconds. A corner blitz hits. And now it's 3rd and 14 for Montana. We're looking at the replay here. A good blitz by UConn. No one picked up the rusher, and it's almost a sack, but UConn gets some pressure, forces a throwaway. Now it's 3rd and 14 for the Grizzlies. 2 receivers each side. At the 36, CBM back to pass looking, fires left side, and has a man at the 5-yard line. Eddie Murphy, 32 yards. 1st and goal, Montana, near the 4-yard line. What a throw by Chalupa, and Montana is at the 4. 1st and goal, 2 receivers each side. So UConn changing their defense. CBM's ready. It's going to be a handoff. Chris Kidd tries to get outside. He fights his way to the 1-yard line. 2nd and goal from the 1. 3 yards for Chris Kidd. Second and goal for Montana. Chris Kidd handoff. He will fight his way, runs in the end zone, touchdown, Montana. They cut the lead back to 3. Extra point for Montana is up and good. Our score is 10-7. Huskies, but Montana not going away. Kick is away, and UConn receiving the first kickoff of the night from the 2-yard line. Returns it to the 26-yard line. Alex Lupke with the return. And UConn looking to get back in the end zone here as they did the previous drive. What does Coach Zach and the UConn offense have for Montana? First and 10 from the 26-yard line for the Huskies. At the 27, two receivers left side, pistol formation for UConn. UConn, it runs it and he hits in the backfield. Bryce Robinson loses a yard. And Coach Irani showing his defense. It was not a fluke last week that brought him back into the game. 2nd and 11 for Connecticut. Second and 11 for UConn here. Two receivers each side for the Huskies. Now they switch it. Tight end lines up in his position. Weasley back to pass on a 2nd and 11, fires, and it's incomplete. Overshot his receiver, and it's 3rd and 11 for Connecticut. Last 3rd and long that UConn had, they were able to convert it with a 12-yard reception. Can they do it again? From their own 24. Third and 11 for UConn. Bunch set to each side for the Huskies. Montana plays off. Weasley back to pass on the 3rd and 11. Looking, fires quickly, has a man caught. First down. John Jones, 19 yards. What a throw by Connecticut right at the end early because they've gone to the hurry up. 1st and 10 for UConn near the 44-yard line. Handoff, keeper by Weasley. Weasley will get around 5 yards. 2nd and 5 for UConn near midfield. Under 5 minutes to go in the second quarter. It's going to be another keeper by Weasley. This time they were ready. Loses 4 yards. Another 3rd and 9 approaching for UConn. Nice read by the edge there for Montana as you look at the replay. This play forced a 3rd and 9 for UConn. Last 2 3rd and longs, though, Weasley's been able to find his receiver deep. Can they do it again? 4.5 minutes to go. Montana trying to find a play to get off the field here near the 45-yard line. 3rd and 9. One lone receiver on the left side. Play action pass. Weasley looking. Going to fire. Has a man. It's incomplete. Launches it out of bounds. Montana gets off the field. Has a chance to try to take a lead before halftime. First and 10 for Montana near their own 10-yard line. Keeper CBM on a triple option. CBM gets the first down and a little bit more. 13 yards for Montana. First and 10 for the Grizzlies, and they're coming out in a weird formation. Monster set for Montana. Let's see what they do out of this. They're going to audible back into a normal set with 7 seconds to go on the play clock. It's going to be a run by Chris Kidd. Chris Kidd going to get 5 yards. 2nd and 5 for Montana. Forced a third down stop trigger. Under 4 minutes to go. 2nd and 5. Montana does get the ball to start the second half. So this is a big possession for the Grizzlies here. Second and 5. It's going to be another handoff. Chris Kidd has a gap up the middle. He's going to fight his way for a first down. 11 more yards for Chris Kidd with 3 minutes to go here in the second quarter. First and 10 for Montana. At their own 39-yard line. Nice heavy run attack for the Grizzlies. 3 receivers right side for Montana. Under 3 to go. Handoff to Chris Kidd. Chris Kidd gets another 11 yards. First and 10 Montana once again. First and 10 for Montana here. Under 2.5 minutes to go. Montana might start slowing it down here to, try to make this the final possession. CBM back to pass, corner blitz, fires, incomplete. Pressure got there, but there's a flag on the play. What is the call? Pass interference on the offense. Going to make it 1st and 20 from their own 41-yard line. It's going to be a handoff. Chris Kidd is going to go nowhere. Going to lose 2 more yards. 2nd and 22 now for Montana. This has not, after a promising drive, has gone completely the wrong way for Montana to the offensive pass interference. 2nd and 22 for Montana. Back to pass. CBM looking. Going to try to take off a run if it gets free. Going to fight his way for only 3 yards, and it's a 3rd and very long for Montana. And UConn's burned a timeout here. They want a chance to score before the end of halftime. Montana still in a decent position here if they don't get some points. Just cannot let Montana score before the end of the half. You get ball to start the second half. All you need to do is keep this a 1-score game, and you're in good position here. 3rd and 19, though, for Montana. See what they call up here. If they get close to the first down, I could see them attempting to go for it here. They're not going to have enough for a field goal range at this point, I don't think. But we shall see. 3rd and 19 for the Grizzlies. It's going to be a play action pass. CBM looking. Going to fire. Has a man. It's intercepted at the 49. This is a disaster. He might be gone at the 35, 30. 25 going to be tackled out of bounds at the 18. A disaster for Montana. Not what they needed. As you're watching the interception, a terrible pass from CBM, and Montana gives up a ball to the 17. UConn has a chance to go up 2 scores here. From the 17-yard line. Weasley back to pass looking. Nothing coming up. Going to fire. It's going to be out of bounds. Incomplete. 2nd and 10. Pete, do you not have a laptop or anything? It's going to be a keeper by Weasley on a read option. Weasley stumbles his way back to the line of scrimmage, so that's it. 3rd and 10 for UConn now. Montana could potentially get off the field with only a field goal after almost giving a pick 6. Third and 10 for Montana, or excuse me, for UConn at Montana's 16-yard line. 3 receivers right side for the Huskies. Play clock under 10 seconds now. Weasley waiting for the snap, wasting as much time as possible here to try to give Montana the least amount of time should they give it up. Fire pass over the middle is caught, not for a first down. Montana birds a timeout. 5-yard reception by Jake Spruce. But UConn's going to have to kick a field goal here, I believe. No, they are going to go for it. They do not want a field goal. Interesting call here for UConn. A 4th and 4 from their own, from Montana's 8-yard line with 42 seconds left. Excuse me, from the 11-yard line, but it still remains the same. 4th and 4 for Connecticut. UConn back to pass. Weasley fires. It's incomplete, and Montana gets a defensive stop, and it remains 10-7. First 10 Wildcat. It's going to be keeper by Chris Kidd. Chris Kidd tries to get outside, but cannot. Only a 2-yard rush by Montana. And I think Montana might be satisfied to take this into halftime. From their own 13-yard line. 2nd and 8 for Montana. And it's going to be a man in motion. Eddie Murphy across the line of scrimmage. Handoff Chris Kidd. Chris Kidd only gets to the their own 15, but that'll do it. It'll be... They're going to call a timeout. They're going to launch it one pass down the field, see if they can't get something. You know, we've seen this before. Not this long of a pass, but we've seen a Hail Mary work in this league, especially the season week 1 as well. See it began back to pass on the 3rd and 6, looking... Going to launch it down the field, and it's almost intercepted and falls incomplete at the 30-yard line. Well, that'll do it here from Montana in the first half. It is 10-7, and we'll head to UConn first. Coach Pars and UConn up 10-7.5. Talk me through the decision to go for it 4th and 4 to end the half.
Well, they get ball back. If we went up 13-7, they could easily take it. And well, not easily. My defense is fantastic. Raider does a fantastic job. But if they score, that's still 14-13 right there. So honestly, like we thought we had it. The play call was a bit slow to come in from me. So that was just on me to do. We're just making mental issues right now. It's a bunch of mental mistakes. We can't get George going like we used to, and that's fine. It's rivalry week. It's going to happen. But we wanted to, and we knew that they weren't going to be able to score with that 40 seconds. So we decided to try to go for it because I don't think the 3 does much for me there.
Coach Zach, offense hasn't been the same as it was the past 2 weeks. What are you going to try to do to change that in the second half?
We're just gonna change things up, give George some better looks. I mean, he hasn't been able to get hot like we want him to, and Bryce is playing well though out of the backfield, so we're gonna look at him a little more, and then yeah.
All right, Coach Rader. Really, nothing has changed. Your defense done enough job to keep this lead, even with your offense not producing as it has. Any changes going in the second half?
Not that I can think of. I like what we're doing so far. We got a pick right there toward the end of the second quarter. So I think we're just going to kind of keep doing what we're doing.
All right. Well, I'll talk to you after the game. And, good luck in the second half.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Cool.
Coach Blake, what a way to end the second half. A little roller coaster of emotions there. Give him on almost pick six. Got a 4th down stop. How are we feeling at halftime?
Great.
Okay. Coach Jet, offensively, you had your one scoring drive, and the offensive perseverance kind of hurt your what would have been a go-ahead touchdown drive. What changes are you going to make in the second half?
I'd like to see us throw a little bit more. I do think that we are finding ourselves as as a team. I think we're all gelling together really well. As much as I say I'd like to see us throw more, the run's working. So I'd like to see Chalupa be a little bit smarter with the ball. But I mean, UConn's great, but I think we got them right where we want them. I think they're flustered. I know they probably don't seem like it, but we get ball to start the second half, and it's time to let the guns a-blazing.
And Coach Ronnie, your defense saved your offense there. Got a 4th down stop. Well, they made that 2 scores. You get the ball to start the second half. But what changes, if any, are you going to make in the second half?
I don't think there's much change I have to make. We got them on lock. Going to continue to do it.
All right.
So.
Well,
Lock.
I'll see you all after the game. Good luck in the second half. All right. With that, Montana gets the ball to start the second half. Let's see if they can take a lead. It'll be the first time UConn would have trailed all season. Should Montana take the lead on this drive? Looking for some blockers. Gets to the 26-yard line. Kellen Lockwood, and then a nice return to the 26. And it's 1st and 10 for Montana now. It is rivalry week, so, all those people I thought UConn would have covered, including myself, probably underestimated the, how much this rivalry means to both of these teams. Be the last one because Blake is on his farewell tour. He will not, be coaching Montana after the end of the season anyway. Handoff to Chris Kidd, who only gets 4 yards, 2nd and 6 for Montana. Chris Kidd has been really the spark of the offense tonight. CBM has shown some, still waiting to get, the full game of CBM that, Montana's really wanting. But from the 30, 14 rushes for Chris Kidd tonight. 2nd and 6, CBM under center. And CBM changes the call at the line of scrimmage, giving some audibles to receiver Jernigan in motion from right to left. It's going to be another handoff to Chris Kidd. This time, hits in the backfield. Cornelius Brown makes Kidd lose a yard. And it's 3rd and 7 for Montana. Can Montana get something going on offense? Third and 7 for Montana from their own 29-yard line. TBM still under center. 5-star wide receivers Murphy and Tharp on the right or left side by himself. Fires in the middle. It's going to be caught for a first down. What a catch and run by Jaden Jernigan. Breaks a tackle, and it's 1st and 10 for Montana. Marner can join whenever Marner's got access to the VC I'm in, so he's able to join should he choose and want to. But Montana with a nice catch and run on 3rd and 7, and they extend the drive near their own 38-yard line. A man in motions, Eddie Murphy's going to be a jet sweep to him, and he tries to get outside. Only gets 4 yards, though. 2nd and 6 for Montana. Montana finding some success on offense. I've been struggling a little bit the last 2 weeks, facing a good UConn team, showing that they can compete with the teams top tier in this league. But it's one thing to prove you can stay with them; it's another to prove that you can beat them. 2nd and 6 for Montana from their own 42-yard line. Handoff Chris Kidd. Chris Kidd only gets 2 more yards into another 3rd down for Montana. A 3rd and 4 this time. 3rd and 4 for Montana. From their own 44-yard line. What can CBM do this time to get another first down on a 3rd down? 2 receivers left side for the Grizzlies. CBM under center. UConn spreads their line. CBM's back to pass looking. Going to try to take off a run with it. Only gets 2 more yards in decision time for Montana. And I bet they're going to go for it. There's no way they're going to waste this opportunity. 4th and 2, and here it comes. Goal line formation for Montana. I don't know where he is, guys. Nicotine, if you want Monarch, tell him to join. He's free to join. He has access to this channel. 4th and 2 for Montana. Goal line set for the Grizzlies from their own 46-yard line. Fourth and 2. Is this a bluff by Montana? I think it is. I don't think they're going to. Oh, they will snap it. Fullback dive, and he's not going to get there. It's a turnover on downs. UConn gets a big stop. First and 10 for Connecticut now. Still up 3. I think Montana was like a half yard away from picking up that first down. But UConn gets a big stop on 4th down. And they have the ball near the midfield. Handoff to Robinson. Robinson only gets 3 yards. 2nd and 7 for Connecticut. Second and 7 for UConn near Montana's 45-yard line. UConn looking to put this game away here with a potential 2-score lead. Double stack for Montana. It's going to be a keeper by George Weasley. He chooses not to run outside. Would have had a first down and more, but only gets 4 yards. Now it's a 3rd and 3 for UConn. Weasley only has 2 yards per carry tonight. 3rd and 3 down for UConn near their own 40, or near Montana's 40-yard line. Still in double stack. Can Montana get forced into a 3rd down stop? Weasley back to pass looking in the fire over the middle. It's incomplete. 4th down for UConn. And let's see what they do here. Will they go for it again on a 4th and 3? They will not. They're going to punt it away. Montana gets off the field. Oh. The longer they sit here, the more they're going to think it's a fake. And they've changed their mind. They're going to go for it here on a 4th and 3. Their final 4th down attempt here. Can Montana force another big 4th down stop to get the ball back near the 40-yard line where they turn it over on downs? 4th and 3 for Montana. Weasley giving the audibles. Back to passes, Weasley. Weasley looking, fires, caught, first down and a little bit more. 11 yards for DeAndre Brooks, and it's a first down for UConn. 1st and 10 from their own, or from Montana's 30-yard line. So QB power. Weasley tries to get outside. He does got some blocks. Gets to the 20-yard line. 8-yard rush by George Weasley. 2nd and 2 for UConn. 2 minutes to go in the 3rd. Second and 2 for Connecticut. Weasley back to pass on a play action, looking, fires in the middle. It's caught for a first down, and now it's 1st and goal. Armello Dana gets 15 yards. 1st and goal for UConn. 1st and goal from the 6-yard line. Bunch set for UConn on the right side. Montana presses their receivers here on a 1st and goal. Weasley back to pass looking. Going to fire it in the end zone. Has a man. It's incomplete. Had a man. in the back left corner of the end zone, and it's incomplete. 2nd and goal for UConn. And if Montana can force a 4th and goal here, UConn cannot go for it here. So Montana's just playing not to give up a touchdown, wanting to force UConn to have to kick 3. Montana switches to a 5-2 normal set on defense from the 6-yard line. It's 2nd and goal for UConn. 2 receivers at each side for the Huskies. And Weezy's back to pass once again on a 2nd and goal. Fires and is out of bounds at the 1-yard line. 3rd and goal from just inside the 2. Can Montana force a turnover? Weezy's back to pass, looking at trying to take off run, tries to get outside. He does. Touchdown Connecticut, and Montana was probably a arm length away from getting a stop. Extra point's going to be up and good for Connecticut, and it's back to a 10-point game. 17-7 is our score. A minute and a half to go in the 3rd quarter. And it'll be returned from about 5 yards deep in the end. Now he'll take a knee in the end zone. Montana has to get some points here to stay in this game. First and goal for Montana, or 1st and 10 for Montana now, near the 25-yard line. First and 10 for Montana. Handoff, Chris Kidd. And it really only doesn't get anything. Only a yard for Montana. 2nd and 9. I think Montana's going to have to look to get away from the run. UConn has keyed in on it, been able to stop it. Now you have to see what you can do through the air. 2nd and 9 for Montana. Approaching a minute to go in the 3rd. Plenty of time for Montana to stay in this game by needing some points here. From the 26. 2nd and 9. CBM still under center. UConn's shifts their line. Give me a play action pass. CBM looking, fires out of bounds. Incomplete. Nothing coming open. Now it's a 3rd and 9 for Montana. From their own 26, 3rd and 9 for the Grizzlies, needing to get really anything going. Besides that one touchdown drive, nothing has really worked for Montana offensively. Third and 9. CBM back to pass, looking, fires. Has a man toe tap. Eddie Murphy, 1st down, 13 yards. From the 40-yard line, 1st and 10. From the 40. 5 wide now for Montana. Pump fake by CBM, looking, fires, out of bounds. Almost got sacked. 2nd and 10 now. Second and 10, Summerson in motion behind. CBM back to pass, looking, fires down the field, and it's incomplete. Launched it over the man of, I'm not really sure who that was. CBM could not connect it, and that's 3rd and long for Montana. Third and 10 for Montana from the 40-yard line. Still 4 down territory for the Grizzly here. And CBM's back to pass, looking, Fires right side. It's intercepted at the 37-yard line. And UConn needs a one-man to be here. And he's going to be tackled at the 32-yard line. But UConn gets their second turnover of the game. Had a man there, just could not get it over the linebacker there. And then UConn a chance to go up 3 scores. First and 10 fires, caught first, or not first down. John Jones with 6 yards. Second and 4 for Connecticut. 20 seconds to go in the third. Weasley back to pass, fires quickly again to John Jones. This time he only gets back to the line of scrimmage. Third and 4 now for the Huskies. And that's the end of the third quarter. UConn looking to extend their 10-point lead here, but it has a 3rd and 4 to compete. UConn cannot go for it here if they pick it up, or they don't pick up the first down. So, Montana, if they force a 4th down here, UConn has to kick the field goal. UConn back to pass, fires. It's going to be caught for a first down near the 10-yard line, inside the 10-yard line. Romello down another 15 yards. First and 10 for UConn. First and 10 for Weasley. Back to pass. Corner blitz coming. Fires out of bounds. Elvis Reddick gets 5 yards. Second and 5 for UConn. Be a handoff. Bryce Robinson, a wide gap in the end zone. Touchdown, UConn, and it's 24-7. Kick is up. Kick is good. 24-7 as we're watching the replay of the touchdown run by Bryce Robinson. And it's 24-7. Connecticut's. Settle, taking it in the end zone. Montana desperately needs some points here. First and 10 for Montana now. Now down 17. From the 25-yard line. Play action pass. CBM looking. Fires the right side's incomplete. Or excuse me, left side. But CBM overthrows the receiver. Second and 10 now for Montana. CBM fires to a check down. He only gets 5 yards. Jarrett, I'm not even typing out the last name, but it's 3rd and 5 for Montana now. Going to the hurry up, 6 minutes to go. Down 17, needing 3 scores to try to win this game. 3 receivers right side for Montana. Eddie Murphy by himself on the bottom of your screen. It's going to be a run by Chris Kidd up the middle. Chris Kidd gets the first down. 10 yards for Montana. 1st and 10 for the Grizzlies. First and 10. NBA play action pass. CBM looking. Pressured. Throws off his back foot into the ground. 2nd and 10 now for Montana. 2nd and 10, 5 wide. CBM back to pass looking. Fires. Almost intercepted, but it falls incomplete. 3rd and 10 now for Montana. Third and 10 now for Montana. Needing a touchdown to stay in this game. 3rd and 10, 5, or excuse me, not 5 wide. 2 receivers to each side for the Grizzlies. Now they flip the play with 4 seconds to go on the play clock. Will they get it off? They will. CBM back to pass the screen. Gets it to his running back, who only gets a yards. 4th and 9 for Montana. They did not get the blocks they needed. And Montana now has to go for it, down 17. Fourth and 9 for Montana. This is definitely the game right here. Montana's got to convert this to even have a slim chance of staying in. At CBM back to pass. Launches it down the field. Has a man's caught for. Oh, it's incomplete. It's knocked away at the last second. Eddie Murphy had it and dropped it. And it's incomplete. What a play by the Yukon corner. And Montana turns it over on downs. First and 10 for UConn now. And as Parr said in his coach's corner interview, he was not going to let up this game. It's a rivalry game. They want to keep it going from the Montana's 40-yard line. First and 10. Now UConn changes the play. Weasley into shotgun now. Back to pass on the 1st and 10. Looking. Fires. Is knocked away. Almost intercepted. And it's 2nd and 10 now for UConn. Second and 10 for UConn. 5 minutes to go here in the 4th quarter. Weasley back to pass looking. Launches it down the field. Has a man out of bounds. It's caught, but it's out of bounds. Now it's 3rd and long for UConn. Third and 10 now for UConn. Third and 10. Weasley, play action pass, looking down the field. Has a man, right side, caught for a first down. Guess who? Jake Spruce always seems to find his way on 3rd and longs. And it's 1st and 10 for UConn. Weasley back to pass, looking, fires an angle route to Bryce Robinson inside the red zone now. 1st and 10 for UConn. Weasley back to pass, looking, fires again to Robinson inside or at the 10-yard line now. 2nd and 4 now for UConn. And they're wanting to score. 2nd and 4 from the 10-yard line. Weasley back to pass once again. Almost gets hit, and Robinson drops it this time. Now it's a 3rd and 4 for UConn. Third and 4 from the 10 for the Huskies. Third and 4 for UConn at the 10. Weasley back to pass once again. Fires left side. It's incomplete. 4th and 4, and UConn's got to set up for 3. Fourth and 4 from the 10-yard line for Connecticut. Kick is up. Kick is good. And it's 27-7 UConn. It'll be need in the end zone for Montana now. Still down 3 scores with 4 minutes to go here in the 4th quarter. And let's see if Montana can get something going on offense. First and 10 for Montana at the 25-yard line. It's a flea flicker. CBM looking, launches it down the field. Does he have a man? It's intercepted at the 38-yard line. And Montana's 3rd turnover of the game. And let's see if UConn will definitely try to score again. Trying to make this a 27-point game here if they get in the end zone. From their own 38-yard line, under 4 minutes to go for UConn. It's going to be a collection pass. Weasley looking, fires over the middle. It's caught. I think it's Romello Dan at 9 yards. 2nd and 1 for UConn near midfield. Weasley back to pass once again. 2nd and 1. Looking, fires. He actually throws the ball. It's 3rd and 1 for UConn. Third and 1 for Connecticut. Montana can still get off the field here. They force a 4th down somehow. UConn will be forced to punt the ball or fake a punt if they want to. From the 48-yard line, needing to get to the 49 is UConn. 2 receivers at each side. Weasley back to pass. Looking, fires, out route. Jake Spruce once again, 5 more yards. Another 1st down for UConn. First and 10 for UConn at the 47-yard line. 2 receivers to the left side for the Huskies. It's going to be a keeper by Weasley who runs up the middle, is free. 30, 25, 20, 15, 10, 5. Touchdown, UConn. It's a 27-point game. What a run by George Weasley. And with 3 minutes to go, it's a 27-point game here in Montana. Montana's just looking to get out of this. Down 27, they turn on shoot clock. They want this game to be over with. It's 34-7 UConn. Believe it or not, heading middle of the 3rd quarter, this game was 10-7. As it's a fullback dive to a lineman who gets around 5 yards, 2nd and 5 for Montana. All right, coming up tomorrow night, we have at 7 o'clock, it is UCA and Upper Iowa, I believe. And then at 8:30, Georgetown and Coastal Carolina. Another fullback dive. This time, Kiefer loses a yard. 3rd and 6 now for Montana. And Connecticut's calling timeouts. Third and 6 for Montana now with 2:27 to go. It's a keeper by CBM on a triple option. And it only gets a yard, 4th and 5. Connecticut's going to try to score again. With probably under 2 minutes to go here. It's delay a game. Coach Blake can't believe it. It's just not their day tonight. Montana down 27, had a chance to, take the lead a couple times. Second and third quarter, just unable to capitalize. And UConn, you just can't throw away opportunities like that against a team like UConn. And UConn capitalized on those misfortunes. It's a fake punt. Montana trying everything, fires, intercepted at the 37-yard line. And he's tackled at the 31-yard line. Blake tried it. It didn't work. And now UConn's probably going to score again. They're going to double stack. So they will. Let's see if I got that replay on. Well, I got a little bit too late. So, oh well. Button didn't register apparently. First and 10 for UConn at the at Montana's 31. Weezy's back to pass on the first and 10. Looking, fires. Caught by Bryce Robinson at the 22. Second and 2. And I told you, UConn is trying to score here. They want to run it up as much as possible. Second and 2. Weezy's back to pass once again. Looking, fires. Caught at the 2-yard line. Alex Lipke gets 21 more and is first and goal for Connecticut. It's going to be a handoff. Bryce Robinson, who will not get the first, or touchdown, Second and goal for UConn. With under a minute to go. Second and goal. Weezy's back to pass. Looking, fires, end zone, touchdown, UConn. John Jones, 3 yards, and it's 40-7. I think UConn's going to try the scoring record. No, they will not. They're going to kick the extra point. No, they're going to fake it. And it's I would have done it, and it's incomplete. It hits off the chest of the UConn tight end. Oh, wow. I would have tied the scoring record at 42, but UConn remains at 40. And I think Montana can run this clock out with 50 seconds left to go. First and 10 for Montana. The coveted Wildcat for Montana. Let's see if they can't. Yeah, Gage is bad. See if Montana can break out one of their big plays. Snap, keeper by Chris Kidd. Nothing going. And UConn's going to hold on to their timeouts. Final score here, 40-7 UConn. Wasn't close really all game. Well, actually, excuse me, it was. UConn was able to pull it away at the very late in the game. Montana could not capitalize on the opportunity to take the lead. At one point in the middle of the third quarter, this game was 10-7. 30 on extra points for UConn. And UConn moves on to 3-0. Montana falls to 0-2. And we will head to UConn for the post-game interview.
I thought you did it.
Coach Pars.
I'm not that hey, what's up, Pete?
Another massive statement win for UConn. What were your takeaways from tonight?
Dude, they had us in the first half, man. We came out cold. We gave up our first half touchdown. Usually we go into late third, early fourth. but we gave up our first half touchdown. They played well in the first half, man. They really did. But you know, I felt like we were just kind of down. Kind of, the vibes were weird in the first half. It's rivalry week. I get a little jittery having to play Blake. I get a little just like, all right, yeah, it's rivalry week. But you know what? We came out in the second half, got it done. I wanted to leave a little mark for him when he's done. So let us run the ball up a bit. But Edgar with an interception, 4 interceptions on the day. Congratulations, Keegan Carter, for your first interception. I'll let my boys talk, and I want to say one more thing.
Coach Zach, offensively, you know, found your groove in the second half. How are you going to keep that going next week in week 4?
Well, in the second half, we just made them play our game. I mean, in the first half, they had the ball for 8 minutes, I think, and then in the second half, they kind of had to, you know, play our game a little bit more. But looking forward to next week. I mean, just gonna keep playing our game, keep doing what we do, and just like today, hopefully win by a lot.
And Coach Rader, again, really nothing else to say but a dominating performance. I've asked you this multiple times, but any changes going into next week, you just keep doing what you're doing.
I just keep doing what I'm doing. You know, today I told the guys that my plan was to stop the run and make them pass, and that resulted us in getting 4 interceptions. So just keep studying the film and, you know, work with what we got.
All right, Pars.
I'd like to end this by saying, now this is a rivalry. Since Blake threw his headset, spiked it, and I picked USA. However, I genuinely love the man. This is not like I hate him or nothing. I think we all know that I genuinely like the man. He's going to be a great dad. I just wanted to go out and have a little bit of fun for our last rivalry game. And you know what? It looks disrespectful. It is disrespectful, but it was me and him. That's all it was. And it was a great team effort over here at UConn. And I'm happy it ended the way it did.
Do you have stats control, Pars?
No, I don't.
All right. Well, I will see you all next week for week 4. Congrats on being 3-0.
Thanks for the helmets, by the way.
Yeah,
You're welcome.
Oh, helmets.
It was sick.
Coach Blake, a tough game. After, you know, the middle of the third quarter, you were still in it. Takeaways from tonight.
Yeah, we just our quarterbacks suck. It's plain and simple. We have one of the best running games, in my opinion, in the league. When it comes in time to having to pass the ball, we can't do it. Something that, you know, we really thought that we were going to have this year was, you know, we brought in Chalupa, 5-star. I don't, for some reason, has the IQ of a newborn baby. But it is what it is, I guess. You know, we gave ourselves opportunities to stay in this game. I made some bad play calls, given that other team a very good field position. The 40 points does not reflect our defensive coordinator's calling. That's being put on the other side of the field by me myself. So, you know, I'm trying to go out with a bang, but it's hard whenever we can't get anything going. But yeah, I mean that's been the it's made us one-dimensional, so it's made us easy to beat. You know, we can run, but when it gets down to the 3rd and 4, that's what we were talking about. We get to like the 3rd and 4, 3rd and 5, we can't throw. We had a big play over the middle to Jernigan which actually shocked me. I can't believe it happened. I need to go buy a lottery ticket that we actually completed a pass over the middle. But yeah, it's frustrating. You know, you can't blame it all on the quarterback. There were some passes that I called that should have been picked, you know, regardless. But, you know, it is what it is. I hate losing to one of the most unsportsmanlike teams in the league, but, you know, we'll get better. I got great coaches, and I have all faith in these 2 guys and next year as well.
All right, and as I interview the other 2, Blake, make sure you get stats.
Okay, got it.
All right, Coach Jet, it just seemed the offense had opportunities to, you know, go take the lead, and they were just unable to do it. How are you going to, like, in this week of practice, how are you going to get the offense to finally, you know, make a statement next week?
I think we go back to the drawing board. I think it's going to come down to who's starting. We have Kepler and Chalupa, who are very much alike in the way they throw, but it's going to see who fits our style a little bit better. It is what it is. I'm not too worried about it. We lost to Pars last year in the regular season and won when it mattered. So I'm not too worried about it, but there will be a lot of running at practice on Monday.
Coach Ronnie, like Blake said, defense doesn't really reflect, you know, the points on the board. offense kind of put you in a couple of tough spots. What's the game plan for next week to try to help the offense out a little bit more?
I got 4 words. It's back to the basics. That's all I got to say.
All right. Well, with that, I will leave you guys to it, and I'll see you next week for week 4.
Thanks, Caleb.
All right. Well, with that ends day number 1 of RFCL for this week. Like I said, tomorrow night we have, I don't know why that's not coming up like it's supposed to anyway. Tomorrow night we have Upper Iowa and Central Arkansas, the first game, and the second game, Coastal and Georgetown at 8:30. With that, I'm going to end the stream. Thank you all for watching, and we will see you tomorrow night.